Imagine being remembered as the epitome of madness, a ruler so unhinged his name became synonymous with tyranny. But what if history got it wrong? What if Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, better known as Caligula, wasn't the deranged monster we've come to believe? Could he have been a misunderstood genius, or worse, a victim of carefully crafted propaganda? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the life of one of Rome's most infamous emperors. By the end of this video, you might just see Caligula in a whole new light. Let's start at the beginning. Caligula wasn't born into madness. He was born into chaos. The youngest son of the beloved general Germanicus, Caligula grew up amidst whispers of betrayal and bloodshed. His family, loyal to Rome, yet constantly under suspicion, was torn apart by political intrigue. His father's mysterious death when Caligula was just 6 years old left a scar that never fully healed. Rumors swirled that Emperor Tiberius had poisoned Germanicus out of jealousy. Then, one by one, Caligula's family members were eliminated, executed, or exiled until he was the last one standing. Imagine being a teenager forced to live under the thumb of Tiberius, an emperor known for his paranoia and cruelty. For years, Caligula played the perfect role, the obedient ward, masking his grief and rage behind a carefully maintained facade. Was this where the seeds of his so-called madness were planted? Or was he simply learning to survive in a world where betrayal was a currency? When Tiberius died, Caligula's rise to power was met with an outpouring of joy. The people adored him. For the first 6 months of his reign, he was everything Rome had hoped for. He released prisoners, ended treason trials, and lavished games and gifts upon the public. But then something changed. Was it the near-fatal illness he contracted that left him physically and emotionally scarred? Was it the immense pressure of ruling an empire as vast and unstable as Rome? Or was it something deeper, something rooted in the trauma of his youth? The Caligula we've come to know, the man who reportedly declared himself a god, tried to appoint his horse as a consul, and turned the imperial palace into a brothel, emerged seemingly overnight. But were these acts of insanity, or were they calculated displays of power? Historians have speculated that Caligula's bizarre behavior could have been a reaction to the immense loneliness and mistrust that defined his life. Others suggest he may have suffered from mental health issues, possibly exacerbated by his illness. Could he have been bipolar? Or perhaps he exhibited traits of PTSD, a disorder that wouldn't be understood for centuries. Yet another possibility lingers. Could Caligula's madness have been an elaborate act, a way to shock and control an empire that was constantly plotting against him? After all, an unpredictable leader is a difficult one to overthrow. It's worth considering who told the story of Caligula's madness. Much of what we know comes from the writings of Roman historians like Suetonius and Cassius Dio, men who were far from impartial. These accounts were written years after his death and often served the political agendas of those who came after him. Could Caligula have been a victim of character assassination, a man whose legacy was twisted to justify his violent end at the hands of his own guards? So was Caligula truly insane, or a misunderstood genius? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. What we do know is that he was a product of his time, a world where power was everything and humanity often came second. Whether his actions were born of madness, trauma, or sheer calculation, Caligula's story serves as a chilling reminder of how power can shape and destroy a person. What do you think? Was Caligula the tyrant history paints him to be? or a misunderstood figure caught in a web of propaganda? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into history's mysteries, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that challenge what we think we know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.